All right, people, what in all the hills is going on? I am up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time I went to sleep, but apparently, apparently at this point I am well freaking rested. And I was scrolling around on Facebook, and I saw this ad, and it's an ad that I see on YouTube a lot. This is black guy, young hip looking black guy, not the little hood type of hip, but up to date black guy, casual, street type that's into the game, the stock game. He always, I don't know why he always had this shit here going on. Why you do that? But anyway, I saw that ad and I was like, I see this ad all the time, blah, blah, blah. And it's one of those ads where he telling people to learn to get into the stock market and all this other stuff. And he got a course that he teaching for however the fuck much. I guess the ad had a price on it, like $3.99, and I guess it was discounted or something off of that or whatever the hell. And I don't know. It's like I don't pay attention to those fucking ads, but I see them all the time. And then he might got another ad where it's like you pay a certain amount of money per month or whatever. I don't know. But this is what get me though. You go up and down my timeline. I don't know why this shit was on my. I can guess why it was on my timeline on Facebook, but not really. Why don't you know how Facebook is or anything that track anything you do on your phone or over the internet to where they direct ads right the fuck at you. Why I literally had like 4 of those ads in a row. Not posts from people or groups or nothing like that. It was like 4 of them in a row. 4 different people. I scrolled down thinking it's a regular post on my Facebook, and it's another ad. Same thing. Not the same guy. It's the same thing. It's a different person selling courses on getting people into the internet. Into the internet. Oh my goodness. Getting people. My tea need to cool down so I can take a fucking sip. Need to get people into the stock market. Scroll down. It's another motherfucker selling courses. You know what I'm saying? And the first 2, I was like, okay. I went to the comments and seeing there's a whole bunch of people that I want to learn that, but I need help. Please help me. Yeah. Folks in them comments, I'm like, are these real? So I'm looking at, I'm like, look, people, I'm like, all this information is online for free. Just look it up. And that's my whole point of this video. Where the money is. Where the money is. The money is in selling the information. The first thing people tell you is, okay, I'm this, I'm that. I'm young, retired, and blah, 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 and all this other shit. And I'm looking at this stuff in the ad like, apparently you ain't retired enough. You out here selling courses. There's one dude going on about, pennies to $1 million in his account, going about how he used to pay for tacos at fucking Jack in the Box for with pennies and shit. So now he got $1 million. Now he blah blah blah. Another guy, I went from $100 to over $1 million in my account, and blah blah blah. Now I'm young, retired. Apparently not retired enough. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, and I was aware of this shit before all this new stock shit come along. Is that because I The same way that they preaching this other shit right here with the stock market, they was doing that with selling courses. You know what I'm saying? They was doing this shit with selling courses. I don't know what it is I had saw, but it was like, you know, you want to make money? You want to make some quick money? It was one of those things where, you know, quick ways to make money. And maybe not quick ways, but yeah, something like that. And, you know, they had the whole Amazon drop shipping type of shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is. But it's all in that same little thing of shit they said that you can do online to make money and blah, blah, blah. And selling courses was one of them. You know what I'm saying? This was pre-2020. You know what I'm saying? So we hadn't had the pandemic or none of that shit had happened yet. You know, so the stock market hadn't crashed, and then a whole bunch of people didn't get aware to the stock market until, you know, at that point, because that's when I got aware of it. Well, actually, I got aware of it a long ass time ago. I just didn't stay in it. And then you want to think about it? I was aware of the stock market well into my late 20s. I'm 40, so like 20 years ago. It just wasn't something I just kept doing. That was back when they first had, when, like, I was gonna say E-Trade and shit first came out and stuff like that. That was a long ass time ago. But I'm like, okay, selling courses, that's how you make your money. And that's fine. I'm not here to knock nobody hustle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to tell people what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Or what to do. But I am telling you what to do, but I ain't telling you what not to do. Feel you need to do something, you go ahead and do it. But I'm like this. Be aware when you got these ads popping up and these people are trying to sell you shit. You know, the people try to sell you shit. People try to sell you these courses and all kind of other shit like that. And I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now, I day trade. I ain't sitting here talking about, yeah, I day trade and I took my account from $100 to $1 million and however the fuck much time it take to fucking do that, and then blah 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 this and blah blah blah. I can't tell you that. I day trade. You know, I've been investing for a while and I day trade. I am not profitable. I am the fuck not. Now, you know, I can't even lie about that. I was profitable when I was just investing. There we go. But the day trade part, not so much. Not because I don't really, well, it's a lot that you have to know. Now, my thing is, okay, when it comes to that, be skeptical of these ads and shit, of people trying to sell you shit. You know, all this information is online. You know, you can hop on YouTube and learn whatever the fuck you want. That's just facts right there. That's just facts right there. And that's basically how I learned how to get into investing and how to day trade and stuff like that. Because now I know how to day trade. You know, I done lost money day trading. It's called market tuition. You're gonna lose. So, you know, whatever. You get over it. Hopefully you get over it. But, you know, you got to know that's part of the deal. But there's a lot of people online on YouTube and stuff like that with this information for free. You know, it's there for the taking. You ain't got to pay for some goddamn course. You can go online, go on YouTube and look up some shit. People do guides and courses and shit all day long that you ain't got to pay for to get this information. You know what I'm saying? Of how to invest, the correct way to do so, and with the day trading and trading in general, whether you want to do with stocks, futures, forex, it's all on YouTube. It really is. You know what I'm saying? And not just it's like people got whole courses on YouTube from start to whatever the fuck of how to do this shit. Now, my thing, you know, my thing is, you get the information. You get the same information, especially when you're doing shit online. You get the same information or similar information from as many different people as you fucking can. You know what I'm saying? As many people as you can. Because, and then, because at that point, you'll know, okay, you get a base. So if you're going to go into a course to pay for some shit, you see somebody give you a course and you whatever process they have you go through where they tell you what they gonna teach you, some of that shit need to be familiar. You know what I'm saying? Some of it need to be familiar where, okay, I know where you going with that. I know where we going with that. I know who we going with that. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of deal. You know, you want to have a base knowledge of what you going to learn. It sounds ridiculous kind of when you say it, but you have to. If you're going to be doing this whole thing online anyway, with somebody selling you some course, they just, you know, or how they going to be dealing with you? Are you going to be dealing with them? Because you looking at them, they, you know, the people that's on the ad are always charismatic at some point. You ain't going to be dealing with them for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be dealing with some avatars and shit. Yeah. So, get a base knowledge of the shit. Go online and write shit down. That's one of my big things in life. I never write shit down. I could have had books, movies, and all kind of other shit going on right now with the shit that go on in my head. If I'd have just wrote shit down, I don't write shit down. I just don't much care to. I've tried to, but I can't even read my own handwriting, so it wouldn't really. Like, I can write it down. Would I be able to read it later? Probably not. So, yeah, get a base of the information that you want. It's online for free. And it's just like, and even the people that go online for free, most of them also have their own little pay section. You know what I'm saying? It's either Discord or they have classes that they hold on their own or something like that they promote on their channel, but you ain't for to see they shit on fucking Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Or ads on your popping up on your fucking in your YouTube videos and shit like that. But even those people have most of their information that you would need to know for free up front. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere on their channel. They can refer you to a video or something if you really want to know, or something like that. It's a bunch of them, man. It's a bunch of them. I just don't like the fact of selling courses. That's all you do is sell courses. You know what I'm saying? I learned all this shit. You got this, just the people that I know. I would say I know personally, but that I keep track of at this point. You know what I'm saying? They all got their own thing to where if you want a little bit extra, you gotta pay for it. It's the hustle, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to make money. Everybody trying to make money. But also these folks have given. You know what I'm saying? You know, they have given. I don't feel the need I have to go super in-depth to where I gotta go pay for a course to be able to do shit. Everybody learn different, you know what I'm saying? So, and the advice is already there. The information is already there. They got their shit where they might coach or they might have their own little thing, like Chris saying up front. There's somebody that I followed for a while. I follow Chris. I'm in his Discord, so yeah. That's the only Discord I'm in because I can't be in everybody's Discord. Like I said, I ain't one of them motherfuckers that trade and make all the goddamn money and shit like that. I mean, it's only like $5, but still. You know what I'm saying? Still, I think I get my $5 worth, But he got other shit. He got one-on-one coaching and other things he offer to people that cost extra money, for some information. But He also offer a lot, and it's plenty on his page already. You know what I'm saying? If you just go back and look through this shit, he got guides and shit on how to do shit, investing and trading and all of the other shit. You go Larry Jones. And it took me a while to warm up to Larry Jones, but Larry Jones is somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, he'll try to tell you as much as he can. And he got him and some other dudes got a whole stock university or whatever they call it. It costs money. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them things. I mean, once you got the base, then you can go into that with an understanding. Like I say, it ain't the fact that you going in paying for the information. My thing is go in so you know what I'm saying? You go in with a base so you know that the information that you getting is right. Because you need to get this shit from all kind of different people. Because everybody's philosophy ain't the same. People start yelling out about all these indicators and algorithms and shit like that. It's just like I like to watch Review Dork. I like to watch Review Dork. Review Dork just look like a cool motherfucker. He be having a Yankees hat on, blah 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 blah, and he sit here and tell you this and this that and blah blah blah. It just look cool the way he sit there, the way he's set up and shit. He just look. But at the end of the day, if you watch his videos, he ain't doing nothing but selling. He ain't doing nothing but selling his product. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. He'll go over some stuff as far as trading and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's selling the product. I didn't, it was one of those things when I first started watching his page, it was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. He looked like somebody that's probably around my age and all kind of relate to folks like that. But it's like, the more I watch his page, it was like, this ain't nothing but a long ass commercial. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you kind of, the more you know. The more you know what I'm saying? He's, I ain't finna go into all of that because it'll make it seem like I'm trying to detract from what he's doing. But it's the fact that you need, even though I know he's selling not maybe a course or whatever the fuck. They got a whole platform that they 1348 that they trying to get out. And it took me a while to figure out what the fuck 1348 was. Yeah, just like, he was like, yeah, on this 1348. And I'm like, weird ass name. It wasn't until I was watching Chris Sane videos that I watch every goddamn day. And, and he uses the 13 and the 48, 13-day moving average and the 48-day moving average. And I was like, oh shit, that's where 1348 come from. Oh goddamn. I was so late. I mean, very late, months late before I caught on to what 1348 was. It was weird. And I used 1348 on mine too, so. I used to use the 2060, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter. 1348, 2060. All those as far as that's concerned, they both do the same thing. They use the same shit. But see, I haven't taken any classes. I know that because I got a base knowledge from following these guys. Now, if I go take one of these classes, I'll go up. You know what I'm saying? I go up to the class and start taking the classes where all this shit's being explained. And I done got it from a couple of other different people to where I know some people use the 13, the 48, the 60, and the 200. And some people use the 20, 60, and the 200. And voila. You done got the same information. You done got the information from two different people. It's a little bit different information, but you can put it together and be like, oh, it's basically the same fucking thing. All this information is online for free. The patterns and all this other stuff that they gonna tell you to look out for that I don't pay no goddamn attention to because that shit don't never happen when I'm trading. The patterns always happen in fucking aftermarket or pre-market. You know, every once in a while, I don't look at a whole bunch of different stocks at one time either. So that's why I'm not one of the people that I got one fucking screen right here, and I trade on my phone because I'm blind as fuck. I can't even see what's on my computer screen. You know, I look for patterns and shit like that. But most of the time when I do it, I look for gap fills and momentum. That's what I have to look at. That's usually what I see. I'm not good at trading flags, bull flags and bear flags and shit like that, because you know you get the little movement and the consolidation. I don't know whether it's going up or down. You can see which way it's kind of trending, but everybody that's traded and made that trade to where it was going up, as soon as you made that trade, it go right the opposite goddamn direction. We done all been there. You know what I'm saying? We done all been there. So, base knowledge, people. Base knowledge. Get your base knowledge before you go into these courses. It's not hard and it's free. It's on the fuck line. I did it. Now I'm one of those people to where I might trade, you know, and I might make $50. I'm not one of the people where I'm trading, day trading, doing 100 contracts and shit like that. No, depending on the day or whatever, I might only do 2 or 1 contract, depending on the price. I be trading SPY all the time, so I might only do 2. That's like $200. You know what I'm saying? And I might be waiting on a 5% return. Literally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this shit to make money. Well, I am doing it to make money, but you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the learning phase. I know this. So I'm not out here buying, you know, 100 contracts or some shit. Even though I'm like, if I'd have did that last week, I probably could have made about 100 grand. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? You look at that shit and they tell you about that shit. You know, all that shit is online free. You start seeing how much money you can make. You might start trying to be a little bit more risky. No. You be in it long enough, you know, I had to make myself I made $290 something a day. Actually, $280 something a day trading. You know why? Because I took that one extra trade. I had right at market open, I had an option order out that was $293. I had already made up my mind. If the market is green, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm taking my money. And that's what I did. And what did I do later on? I couldn't stop looking at my goddamn phone because I knew the price looked like it's going to keep going up, and it did. It ended up dropping a little bit towards the end of the day, but the spot was still green. I probably would have made, instead of that $293 that I made, I probably would have made, if I'd have kept that in there, I probably would have made about $4. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have made about $400. But at the time, I didn't know that. That first red candle I saw shook me right the fuck out. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's Friday now. I ain't got a trade. I'm already green for the week. Yeah, I'd have to see some serious price action. You know what I'm saying? Moving upwards, because I'm not doing puts right now. I'm not doing puts right now. And if it's moving up, then, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I might do a small thing. Well, I did that yesterday. I bought one contract. I said, okay, this is about one contract. Probably cost me about $70 or whatever the fuck. And I'll see what it do. As soon as I bought that contract, shit start going down, I'm out. $10. You know what I'm saying? I put in my head, I said, if it go down $10, I'm out. It went down $10, boom, I was out of there. I'm not, I've done that before. And the part about it was that Chris always do this. Every time I do something shitty in the market, Chris Saint always have a video that pop up. It's a notification. It's eerie how this shit happens. That he'll do a short on he do his videos and shit, but every once in a while during the day he'll have a short that comes up. And I'm thinking that maybe this kind of insight that you can get from free for people that have been in the market for a long time, to where I done something stupid. It ain't majorly stupid, but it's stupid. I ain't supposed to be trading no more today. I made my money within the first 5 minutes of the market open. I was supposed to be sitting around doing something else today. And here it is, 11, 12 o'clock. I ain't got shit else to do. I'm steady looking at my phone. And I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be moving up. Let me just make one more little trade. You know, I just buy one contract. You know what I'm saying? You know, just one contract, and I'm gonna let that shit ride up. And that, like I said, I thought I was gonna see if it was gonna go up. As soon as I bought it, a little bit, I mean, just maybe a minute later, this red candle took me down $10, and I was out. I'm like, I'm not even for the rinse this. I'm not even for the risk losing my rest of my little $70. But a notification came about on my screen about don't revenge trade, or don't, I think it was like over trade, you know what I'm saying? It was something like that. And he was like, yeah, you make that one trade. He was like, you make that one trade, you make your money, and let that be it for the day. You know, don't keep putting your money at risk. Keep trying to make trades throughout the day, trying to keep making money. And it's fun. That shit popped up right after I got through closing that order. And it ain't the first time that shit didn't happen. It ain't the first time that shit didn't happen. That's somebody with some insight, because he know how the market works, because he done been in it so long, that he looking at the market, he see that it's mostly green, and you know that it's beginner traders and shit out there that's getting in, they getting their little money, because it wasn't shooting straight up, it was just doing this little shit right here. And they get in there, and a red candle will come, and boom, just like I did, you take your money. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. It's going up, 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 up. You get a little red candle, a little consolidation. You be like, oh shit, what it's gonna do? Let me take my money before it drop. And then it start going back up again. Then you be like, oh, you gonna go back in? Nah. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you risking or whatnot. But for beginner traders, you know, he got an idea if that's what's going on in our heads, and he put that short out there. He know the market is gonna be green most of the day, and it's not like super skyrocket green where that shit liable to happen. Then you get one, and ain't the first time that shit done happened. Where I done did something, and a video that he just posted, a notification will pop up on my screen specific to that situation. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm like, okay, well, we just gonna do this, all right. Let me go find something to goddamn do, because apparently I ain't supposed to be trading no more today. Ah, man, that's good. So, yeah, all that information is free. All the information is free. Like I said, Chris Sain, Larry Jones, and those are black guys. I wasn't particularly trying to pick black guys, but it's what's on my screen. I saw an ad the other day of somebody just the same as the others I was saying earlier that was, you know, selling a course or whatever the fuck, and like trap trading or something like that. I'm like, bro, you lost me already. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for you to be hood into the stock market and stuff. I know you trying to, but you gonna name your shit trap this, trap that, trap trading, or whatever the fuck it is. I was like, no, I wouldn't even recommend that. I recommend, and I ain't never seen him online. I ain't never seen that shit online. All I see is a course. Do he have a presence somewhere? Probably. He can afford to put ads out there, so you know he might have been in it. Like I said, it ain't none of these people legit made money. You can legit make money too. It's just the fact that, you know, you ain't gotta go straight to them. The information is right out there. Like I say, Larry Jones, Keenan Grace, Chris Sain. Those are the black guys. That's just my goddamn demographic. Now, if you roll with those guys, you'd run across some dudes that they deal with. The only two that I know, Stock Mo, but Stock, you know, I don't really I follow Stock Mo, but he don't pop up on my screen like everybody else. I don't know why. All the rest of the stock people still show up on my screen. Maybe I got unsubscribed. I don't know. But Stock Mo used to show up on my shit, on my front page or whatnot, right along with everybody else. But he don't no more. I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to him. I wouldn't unsubscribe to him. I don't have no reason to unsubscribe to him. It's just that when it comes to stocks and stuff like that, I'm more into the trading part right now because, you know, and he more into the investment portfolio building stuff. So, I mean, but yeah, I would recommend that because that's something different. That's some old white guy that used to actually teach this shit in college. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes that have built themselves up from scratch, and then you got another guy too. God dang it, it's a little white guy. Dr. Stock. You know what I'm saying? That's who I go to. He can sit there and he do a bunch of spreadsheets and not a spreadsheet guy. But I mean, he have a whole lot of information to where, you know, and with the financial news and stuff like that come out, and you know, and of course, like advertised, Dr. Stock, he's a doctor of education. He teaches this shit. You know what I'm saying? He teaches this shit. Now he has his Discord and all this his little pay section or whatever. They all do. They all do. You know what I'm saying? Aside from doing what they do, they are, and I had to pick one and go with that because I'm not going to be paying for everybody's Patreon and shit. It just, but at the end of the day, all that information is there for free. They got certain shit locked off or whatever the fuck, but you don't need that for, you know, to get started. You don't, and then you get comfortable to who you want to deal with, or who you want to, well, not even follow, but who fits what you're trying to do. And if they got something extra that you want to pay for, as far as a class or some shit like that, then you can go with that. But don't be fucking around with these ads and shit that's popping up on Facebook. I don't trust none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I trust these people that I see on YouTube that I've been following for years now, where majority of the information that you need to get started is there for the taking. You know what I'm saying? It's there for the taking. If you had that type of mentality where you can do that, it's there for the goddamn taking. It's not difficult. You know what I'm saying? I can say that, man. But it's not. I mean, it's right there. It takes nerve more than anything if you're dealing with the stock market and shit, because you're dealing with your money. That's why you start small. Now, somebody tell you they started with pennies and made it up to $1 million and all. And I'm gonna say, I don't know how you managed to open up a brokerage account with nothing but some pennies, but you know, whatever, however you did it, whatever works, you know what I'm saying? But the small amount, because they always promoting, the brokerages with their deals and shit to get free stock and all this other stuff. All you got to do is open up an account, put $1 in there, or open up an account and put $100 in there and get such and such free stock. I done took advantage of a couple of those. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, they always promoting that type of shit. They always, at least the folks that I mentioned, are always got the small investor in mind. Those guys in general done made it. You know what I'm saying? They done made it. Most of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but I'd say most of them done made it to where they pretty comfortable right now because, you know, I done Chris showed one of his monthly paychecks from YouTube. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, and that's not. I was watching some random ass dude. Now this was funny. I was watching some random ass dude on YouTube. He had a setup just kind of like this. It wasn't fancy. He didn't have a big dildo microphone in his face. It was some little white guy. Looked like he was probably late 20s or something, just sitting around. We was waiting. It was some financial news coming out, and he was doing like a little live stream. He was just sitting there like this, in this little chair at the desk and had the live stream going, talking to the chat and blah, 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 blah. Just, just going at it. Didn't look like nothing special, no shit like that. And he ended up saying some shit that I was just like, man, come on. To where he said something came out. He was talking about something that was on his computer screen, and a number came out about like 4 million or some shit like that. And he was like, yeah, 4 million. I was like, that's about what I would pull in on YouTube on an average basis. I'm like, I mean, just casually, yeah, I might pull about 4 million in just, on a year. That's on YouTube. That ain't got nothing to do with no investing and no none of that shit. That's just, casually he'll make $4 million just on YouTube posting information. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's where the money is being made. You know what I'm saying? That's where the money's being made. How you think these people are filling up their goddamn or filling up their accounts with this money that they trade with? It's coming out of your pocket. Well, it's coming from YouTube and ads and revenue and Patreon is coming out your goddamn pocket. Because every once in a while you see somebody's Patreon list, and I ain't even talking about just stocks. I'm talking about everybody, and they'll say, well, thanks to my Patrons, and they'll put a fucking Patreon. You know how they list the names of people that's on their Patreon and shit. Like, I have a Patreon. I'm gonna put it on my goddamn shit one day when I actually get some people to watch. It don't do no good to put it up there now. But I do have one. I don't have it set up and shit like that because ain't no rewards. I mean, that's gonna be like a straight up donation. I will not have a monetized channel. I cuss too much for that. But yeah, you see somebody's Patreon, and then it's like that one. What's that dude? Josh. He do a video game shit. Josh Strife Hayes. I don't know how much he get per Patreon, but his Patreon list take up the whole screen, and the letters and the names are this goddamn tiny. You can't even read them. That's the running gag on his page. If you look at the old videos, it's just a couple of names. Now the whole screen is full up of these tiny ass names of the Patreons, and you look at it, you be like, man, if I can count that, that's ridiculous. And that's just assuming that you got a base. I mean, that's a lot of money, even if it's just the base least amount you can get. It's still a lot of money. Just assume if most of them motherfuckers is paying 20. I don't know if that would have to be like super premium or like $5-10 a month or some shit like that. Man, you see why though? You see why people like that you see like that have more effort in their videos. They not just sitting up with a fucking phone like I am talking into the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They had their little boom mic sticking up, their little dildo in their face. I don't know why people feel the need to have that big dildo mic in their face that's on the screen, and they talking and shit with this big dick mic right in their mouth area. You don't realize how they look, huh? You just want people to see that you got this big mic that you paid for that really don't sound no different. You know what I'm talking into right here? My headphones. My headphones are on. That's where the sound is coming from. And you know what? To me, it don't sound no different from when I'm listening to anybody else's video. It's just like when people want to do, I got to do super this, super high def that, super this, super that, super this, super that. And then they put it on YouTube and YouTube dumb that shit down. What was the fucking point? I'm blind as fuck, but it don't look no difference to me. Sound don't sound no different. So I don't, because not everybody have to have that big dildo in their face. I can see if you see like a podcast or something, and somebody got a whole setup to where they doing videos and maybe it's a podcast too. You know what I'm saying? I can see where you might want to have a pop filter or something like that, so you ain't popping people's ears out every time you use the P and pop, pop, pop. You know, I ain't got to. You know what? I don't know how that's gonna sound in my mic, but I know y'all can hear them cats running around in here making all this noise. But anyway, Yeah. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? Where the money at? Anyway, yeah. The people. I think that's all the people I can think of right off the top of my head that I follow. Chris Sain, Keenan Grace, Larry Jones. Then he talked to a guy where he collaborated with a guy. He collaborated with Keenan and a guy called Stocks with Josh that I don't watch because I never remember to add him to the list. It just, once you go to off the next video or something, you forget all about it. But you always hear him mention, Larry Jones mention Stocks with Josh and Stockmo and Dr. Stock. Those guys cover the spectrum of what I need to know. They do. They cover the whole spectrum of what I need to know as far as trading is concerned and as far as daily updates and stuff that I'm oblivious to because I can't follow every goddamn thing. When it comes to trading and stuff like that, it's good to follow these guys because you know which news to follow. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna always know which stocks to look up or which stocks to I also follow Alpha Trading Lab, which is with associated with Chris Sain in his Discord, but I follow him, his YouTube and stuff too. But yeah, I follow him too. But he need a new mic. He keeps showing people that car. But when you listen to his videos, like, you need to buy you a new mic, bro. I don't know what the fuck. I ain't trying to cap though. It's one of the frustrating things when you listen to somebody's video, and it I always talk about making money, but I'm like, dude, just something. I mean, these are some $20 headphones off of Amazon, and I know the sound is good on these. Well, it's good enough. Get a new mic, man. You sitting there trying to listen. He already got an accent. You sitting there trying to discern what he's saying, and you. What the fuck did you just say, man? I'm trying to follow you and understand what the hell you talking about. And then it goes silent for a while, like he got gas or something. It's like he be belching or farting in the background. And that just seemed like I'm talking about the guy, but it's frustrating. The information he have in his videos is good, but it's just that's one of the things I'm like, come on, man. Anywho, let me get off of that because it just, I'm not. That's just how my brain works, man. I'm not trying to talk about the guy. You got a whole lot more money than I got. I tell you right now, because I ain't got shit. I'm sitting around the house on disability, goddammit. I ain't trying to cap on nobody. But one day, hopefully, I'll be up there with them. I'm still learning. I'm still in a learning phase when it comes to trading and investing and shit like that. And it's like I keep saying, and this is the whole purpose of this video, all that shit is online on YouTube and other places for free. It's for free. Ain't nothing wrong with a class. I'm not gonna tell you not to take a course or some shit like that based on any of this stuff. It's just the fact that you can start on your own. You know what I'm saying? Just by acquiring the information. I ain't tell you just to get out there and just start, get you a brokerage account and just start doing shit. No, but the information that you need to know, it's all there, man. It's all there for the taking. And the more you learn, the more confident you'll be when it comes to putting money down. And the main thing when it comes to this shit is patience. If you because you can't be listening to these dudes talk and looking at their numbers and looking at your pockets and comparing the shit, because they tell you, you run your own race. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. You do what you need to do. You look at somebody else making such and such amount of money, and you look at, like, man, look, earlier this year, I was losing money like crazy, but everybody else was, you know, I'm in a Discord, motherfuckers is making all kind of money and I'm losing. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to sit back. I had to step back, start over. I didn't blow up my account and no shit like that, but I had to sit back, start over. I had to build my nerve back up too, and start back from the fundamentals, working my way up. Because I probably, you know, sometimes you get so many winning trades to where you just start thinking you can just do whatever the fuck and the price gonna keep going up and all this other. Nah, I don't work like that. There's a bunch of stuff that you need to know beforehand, but it's all that for free. And you need to get it from a bunch of different people. You need to get different perspectives on the same shit, so you know where you fit in on that. That's why, you know, that's why I list out. It's black folks, it's some foreign people, and, you know, and white folk. You know, they all up in there, and you can look at that shit and you get a full spectrum of shit. Matter of fact, I didn't mention Kelly OG. There's somebody else that I follow. I don't see a whole lot of her videos, but I watched a whole bunch of her videos when I first got a hold to her, but not so much afterwards, because there's only so many times I can listen to that one story she tells. But when you starting out, it's shit that you need to hear. After you done heard it twice or 3 goddamn times, maybe not so much. You know, once you heard that story of how she made such and such amount of money in this amount of time, you like, okay, well, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You made a lot of money real fast in the stock market, and you was broke as fuck and all this other shit. Yeah, but that's the kicker. That's what you need to hear when you starting off. There's somebody that started with shit, and now they got shit. Wait a minute. Well, you know what the hell I meant. So yeah, that's fine. Now, and then she'd go, now her videos of her explaining shit might fuck you up, because she explaining shit the way I'm explaining shit, which is not very good. You know what I'm saying? It's not, because she know what she talking about, but not everybody can articulate that shit very well. But in general, if you just starting out, it's fine. You getting the information. It don't have to be perfect. You getting the information. I watched it. I learned some pointers and tips and shit off of it while I was watching the videos when I was binging through her shit. You know, it's like, okay, fine, shit. All right, I get it. I get the concept of what she was doing. Now, I mean, you don't get the details. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, because as with everybody else, she has a platform. You know what I'm saying? That's paid, where they do all the little stock stuff in. And I'm pretty sure, because she always presses that shit, she got the biggest stock community in the world, and you got to pay to be in that. So I'm assuming that she probably make more money off of that right now than she do off her investments, just year over year. I'm assuming, because that's a turnkey right there. Only thing you got to do is hop up in there and keep doing whatever it is you're doing. You know, as far as stock analyzing or whatever the fuck. I ain't saying she just doing nothing. You know, people in there for a reason. But that's the thing, you know, stock. That's what, like with Chris and Alpha. You know, that's what I tune in to them for. In the morning, I get the updates of what they see in the market, you know, what to look out for, how it's supposed to be trading for the day and stuff like that. Because I, at this point, can't do that. I know how to read the charts, but I can't predict shit like they do, because they've been in the market a long time. They know what to expect before certain events, after certain events, during the week in general, how trading generally goes. They know all that shit. It's just like you hop on there and it's like, man, it's gonna be trading sideways today, so you might want to just, you know, chill out or not trade at all. And what'll happen if your stupid ass go in there and be like, okay, oh shit, he gonna make a trade, and it don't go nowhere and you end up losing your money? Well, shit, It's been a whole bunch of times where they just said, hey, more likely it's going to be trading sideways. It's going to be choppy trading. I done learned on my own, avoid the goddamn chop. If the price is doing this shit right here, up and down, and it ain't really going, no. And if it ain't no big hops, I done been into that type of shit to where I was buying at the top, buying puts at the top, and then buying calls at the bottom. At the top, kills at the bottom. I done had days where I did that. Only a couple days because I don't like trading that much. Like I say, it's too much. You know, you can make some money doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you be like, if you pretty consistent that it's gonna stay in that channel where it is. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's gonna keep going up here. Boom, shit, fuck it. I buy a put. It's gonna come back down right here, and it's gonna go back up. Whoop, whoop. I do that, and then on one of the times. Now, as far as gap fills and shit like that, you know, I learned that from Kelly OG, the bad explainer. At least in the early videos, her videos have. If you watch all her videos, they do get better as time goes on. So I'm not shitting on her, but the early videos are just like this right here. She just started, you know. So yeah, she said one of her favorite things. It was two things. She said gap fills and something else. And gap fills are, you know, it's eventually, you know, a gap is gonna fill. Like if you in the morning, if you look at the chart, you'll see right at market open or right where the gap is. If a price then gapped up or it then gapped down, and the overall market trend. If the overall market been going up, you know what I'm saying? If the overall market been going up. You know, it's an overall uptrend and the price gap down for that day for whatever reason, like some news that came out or whatever, and the price just take a big dump. Oh, bruh. Oh, man. What? Let me look. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is my strategy. I can't tell nobody else to do this shit, but I guess some shit that I kind of learned on my own. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you can do it with stocks, but I don't know how many people do it with options. But man, look, because what I learned from, I don't do 0-day trades no more. I always do my trades way the fuck out, just because I gotta hold on to them, and that shit has paid off. To where the price drops down, bloop, and y'all, I'm waiting. I'm looking to see how far it's gonna drop. Is it gonna keep dropping? And then I started looking for a bounce, couple candles up. You know, everybody, you'll learn that from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You'll learn that from everybody for free. You know what I'm saying? About trading the bounce and all the other shit once the price then drop. If you get to a certain level of resistance, you learn how to read the charts to figure out where the resistance and shit. Like, you can't get ready to walk right over here. What are you doing? What you want? So, yeah, they start looking for that little bounce. And sometimes if I don't care, if I know the price is gonna go, if you know what I'm saying, I got a pretty good idea, or the price is gonna be moving up anyway, it'll get down there to the bottom, blah, blah, blah. Wait for it to start trailing up, because there's a trajectory that you look for. You know, this is not the trajectory that you look for in the chart. This shit, I learned to stay away from this shit right here long ass time ago. I look for that, or even that shit. Okay. Oh man, cats is, ugh. You just want to punch them sometimes. Anyway, go on, jump up there. I know that's your spot up there. Go on, get up there. And don't take all day getting up there so you can kick everything over so it fall. There you go. Anyway, made me forget what the fuck I was talking about, man. Shit. I think I was talking about trajectories or some shit like that. Oh yeah. I look for this shit right here. This is the upward movement I like to see. The stuff. What I don't like to see is not the drop down. The drop down like that If it dropped down at this, if it dropped down like that, then I'm like, okay, it can keep dropping or whatever the fuck, but that's not what, I'm not really scared of that. It's that's the shit I'm like, oh man, if I'm in a play and it start doing that, no, get out. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't going nowhere. I had Tesla doing that to me last week. I'm like, fuck Tesla. I don't know why I keep trading Tesla, because Tesla don't do nothing but just, I'm gonna be white. I'm gonna look like Santa Claus fucking around with Tesla. Price be moving up like a motherfucker, but it don't like to move when I'm trying to trade it. Like I needed that motherfucker, I needed Tesla to move literally 30 cents. The fuck are you doing? Goddamn cats, man. These cats gonna have to go outside. It's starting to piss me off, man. Like, it's just... Damn. Yeah, I needed the shit to move just like 30 cents. 50 cents or something like that. Because I don't look for big ass moves. When I buy option orders and shit like that, there's rarely the price is my strike price is usually only $1 or less away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on no shit to move no $2 or no shit like that. It might move $2, but in the upper direction, which rarely happens. Rarely happens while I'm in the trade. It happens, but not while I'm in the trade. Now, I will get in the trade. I was like, well, shit, okay. I get and with Tesla, I'm like, okay, the Tesla, I set this shit. I look and see. It's a 30-day, 30-day expiration date or whatever the fuck on this right here. Blah blah. 30 days. I'm like, okay, 30 days. This shit need to be moved 30 cents. 15 minutes later, price done dropped $5. I only need this shit to go up. You know what I'm saying? I only needed to go up like 50 cents, and 15 minutes later, it's down fucking $5 goddamn dollars. You know what I'm saying? Shit is horrible, man. It does that, man. It's just like, eh. And people are like, stop loss. Well, stop loss, depending on what, I mean, I don't, because a stock would have to actually do some stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have mental stop losses because I generally have to watch my shit. You know what I'm saying? I generally have to watch my shit. If it get to a price where I know I want to cut it loose, I just cut it loose. Because for whatever reason, when I set a stop loss, it always goes off, not at the fucking price. You know what I'm saying? It's weird like that. If I set a stop loss and it be like, and next thing, doop, I get an alert that the stop loss to trigger. I'm like, it's not even at the price. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? You just kick me out my fucking place. So I don't do stop losses like that. I do mental stop losses because I watch my plays while I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? That's my part-time job for the day. If I'm trading, my phone is right fuck here on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I got my asset page up from whatever I'm watching, and I'm looking at the prices. I'm playing my game, watching something I'm saying, but I'm always like, okay, make sure it ain't doing nothing stupid. Looking at the chart, making sure everything is copacetic and ain't doing something I don't really want to, just, like that. But Tesla, that's just, it was too late. Yeah, you can't trigger that shit. You try to trigger that shit, you try to do that manually. By the time you get in there and do the shit, it won't feel, because the price would have been in change so much. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm confident, what I end up doing is, is what, and it depends on how much capital you got. Buy. You know what I'm saying? You buy another contract. And you dollar cost on that. I do that regularly. And it pays off for me. Because that's what I've done. Boom, boom, boom. you know you in them overall market uptrend, so you set your expiration date out far enough, just out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I should be able to cover that price. Should move, 50 cents in a month or 2 months or whatever the fuck you said it at. It should do that. You know what I'm saying? If not, then the whole market is in trouble. So whatever the fuck. But yeah, that's, it should move that much in the next month or so, or 2 months, or however long I want to put it out. And then if the price drops, which is liable to do because nothing goes up straight up, it goes up and down, up and down. When it goes down, and once it hit a resistance or a consolidation point, I buy another contract, and that'll cut your cost average. So now whatever strike price you has is not as high as it was at first. I had with the Tesla, I got out of Tesla with a loss because it was an $85 loss with Tesla. The whole position was like $5,000 though. You know what I'm saying? After I done got through, it was 280. It was a 280 strike price, and the price kept dropping, and I kept buying. Every time it dropped a little, I buy it. I drop it. It got down to it was like 267 or some shit. It was like the last one I bought, and to where I had like 5 contracts or some shit like that. It wasn't 5 contracts. It was like 3 contracts, maybe 4. To where it got down to like $267. I got a 280 strike price. But you know what happened was I was steady. I was dollar cost averaging because I didn't see Tesla just keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, I went for the buy no more because I got a cap. And then I still got time to ride the price up because we had financial news and the price rose up. Now, this is the fucked up part. After all of that, the price dropped all the way down to 267. Was probably the last time I bought a contract to dollar cost average my shit down to where by the time I was done buying my contracts, I only needed the price to go up to like 271 or some shit like that for me to make my money. Actually, it was more than 271. It was like it was in a low 270. What happened was, okay, Wednesday came around, whatever the day it was that the CPI came out, and the whole market was fucking green. Tesla had went up and everything, and I was like, okay, this is on and popping, because everything had jumped up in the pre-market. And I was like, okay. And Tesla came around, and I'm like, okay. And because you got to think, I was down. By the time I was buying the contracts, I was down over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I was down over $1,000. So, and then I checked the price when I got into my account that morning, and I checked the price to see how much it was going up. It was up $25. Okay, man, look at here. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna see. It's up $25 now. It might, and it looked like it was gonna keep trickling up, but yeah, one medium-sized red bar, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Went back to my asset page to get out of that shit. I was down $85, just like that. It was just up 25. I went back to my asset page to sell the shit. It was down 85 already. Fuck you, out. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that $85 loss. You know what I'm saying? Which I made up for. You know what I'm saying? I made that money back that day on my spot trade, and I made that money. Matter of fact, I made that money back on that trade. $85 loss. I made that back because I sold my options that I had on SoFi and Mara, because I had 2 option plays on that, and those were green. So, and they had already hit their strike price. So I took that, and then I had another. I made a spy call after that. A month out, so I wouldn't rush it or nothing. kind of figured that the price was gonna keep going up, and it did. And like shit, I made my money back. But you can learn that, but it takes practice. I'm one of those people that, because if you in the market and you try to make money and all that stuff, and it's slow. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody have a big chunk of money to work with. And you say, if folks say, I started with $100 and then blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can do it, but the way that most traders do shit, you're going to be working on that $100 for a while. It's just like, okay, let's say you were doing $100. If you're doing like SPY calls or some shit like that. Like, I think Kelly OG had a small amount of money, and she ended up getting in an options order or some shit, but some ridiculous shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Some ridiculous stuff happened that don't really normally happen, to where that 200 turned into several hundred, which it can happen. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal for us low level type people. It's just not. So, I mean, if I was tripling and quadrupling my money, I wouldn't be sitting here making this video right now. I'll tell you that. I'd be somewhere, my fucking face up in some shit trying to figure out what the next goddamn play was. But generally, for me and how I do shit, it's like 5-10%. No matter what the goddamn play is, 5-10%. That's the only return I need. It is. It's the only return I need for me to consider that a successful trade. And that's even if I'm trading one contract on SPY, which can be anywhere between $60 and $100, or more than $100. Sometimes those premiums get expensive on days where they know people are gonna be doing options. But yeah, that, which means that's like $5-10. You know what I'm saying? But if you working with $100 and you make a trade, you know what I'm saying? You buy one contract and it goes up 10%. And you say, let's say you spend $80 on that contract and it goes up 10%. Well, that's $8. You know what I'm saying? Now you got $108. And that's what you want to shoot for. And you want to wait for, like I say, those high probability patterns and stuff like that, which you really should do, unless you got your indicators and your little those little sub chart indicators, like your RSI and your MACD and shit, which is what I got down there. And that's what I look for. I'll be looking, I'll be seeing what the price gonna do. If the price drop and they got that the little MACD, and you got that little blue and that little yellow line and the little swirly red and green bars down there be going up and down, I look for that. Once that yellow cross over that blue and start moving up, and you start seeing them green bars, I'm like, depending on what the pattern is. If the pattern matched, oh man, it's like, okay, it's time. Boom, there we go. It done dropped. It'll hit a resistance. Now it's for to move up at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's for to move up at least a little bit. All that comes with practice. People could tell you that shit all day long. You know what I'm saying? That comes with practice. A lot of times, like I say, this information is free. A lot of time, practice ain't free. Market tuition is a real ass goddamn thing. It comes with it. But once you get into it and you get confident with what you can do, it's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Bam. You know what I'm saying? They'll teach you about stop losses. All that's free. How to set up your stop losses, when to set up your stop losses, and how to do all this other shit. They teach you all that for free. You get all the information for free. You ain't got to pay nobody $400 for that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to pay somebody for something, let it pay for the advanced shit. You know what I'm saying? I know I said this shit earlier, but learn as much as you can on your own, so when you get in the class You will know for yourself if the shit is legit or not. Because if you don't know shit and you going in, they can tell you anything. Now, I don't think they're out there peddling boo-boo ass information. They could be. You know what I'm saying? They be one of them things where they got their method and they teach you their method. Well, you need to know a bunch of methods. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying with the MACD, not the MACD, but with the indicators, you know, with the 20 and the 60 or the 13 and the 48. You know what I'm saying? Well, they both essentially tell you the same goddamn thing. Average is just a little bit different. But same thing. I changed the shit on my chart. You know what? My chart don't look no different. The only thing different is that I added a 24 line. Because you know, one of the, I think that was goddamn Review Dork. Well, it said something about a 24 because he used a 13 to 24, 13 to 48, and he got the little 24 that's right there in the middle of that shit. And he explained what, you know, what the 24 does. You know, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It's just another gauge, you know what I'm saying, to help you kind of gauge, you know, the momentum and, you know, where the price might bounce or the trend or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying. Just, you need to learn all this shit on your own. Don't go in blind. You know what I'm saying? Go in with some idea of what you want to know. Everybody that go to art school has some bit of art knowledge, some capability. You know what I'm saying? Before they go and refine that shit. If you go in to pay somebody a bunch of money for some shit, now, like I said, I ain't saying not to do it, because at the end of the day, that's another investment. You know what I'm saying? That's another investment. You know what I'm saying? It's just that my personal shit is like, okay, get this shit, because that shit irritates me. This whole selling courses shit irritates the fuck out of me. When all the courses that I see are there for free, it's like workout programs and shit like that. Man, all the workout shit all that information is online for free. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's all that information, all the workout plans, all that shit. You don't need to pay nobody for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't. It's all online for free. It's all online for free. It's just, you know, if you getting it online, then yeah, shit. It's what's the point? You paying a trainer, that's different. Because some people need that one-on-one information. But if you just online paying for a goddamn workout course and you still got to go do the shit yourself, well, shit, you could have just got the information on your own. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Now, unless it's some real specific shit that you need, you know what I'm saying? Then, oh, yeah, you know. All that shit is online. All this shit is online for free. Don't go off paying for these goddamn stock market classes from these ads that you see, because until proven otherwise, they all fucking scams. They just trying to pull in some goddamn money. All this shit is online for free. I'm gonna keep saying that shit over and over again. All that information is online for free from people who openly give it out for free and also have other resources that are paid to refine what you know already. So that's it. That's all I gotta fucking say. I don't know how long I've been talking. My tea is out right now, which means that's generally when it's time for the video to come to an end, when I run out of tea, and it's cold and it's sweet because all the sweetener and the honey was at the bottom. Nice. So yeah, if I can do it, you can do it, because I got an old brain and I got a stubborn brain. I'm somebody who can't learn algebra. I am not lying. I cannot do algebra. I failed algebra in high school. I didn't pass algebra in high school. I passed algebra in high school because I played football, but I passed everything else because I was one of those Dean's List students. I was just more of an English writer type of person than a math type of person. And I failed algebra in college. and I failed algebra in college again. So yeah, as an adult, I failed college. I failed college. Yeah, technically I did, but I failed algebra in high school, and I failed algebra in college, and I failed algebra as a 30-something-year-old in college. You know what I'm saying? With a different perspective on the shit, because I passed 2 math classes to get to algebra, including advanced math, which ain't nothing but fucking algebra. But when I got to the algebra class, I couldn't do shit. It's just explain that shit to me. I was in advanced math, and I'm like, okay, blah blah blah. You learn all the little directions and formulas and the order of operations and all that other shit. It's the same thing in fucking algebra. When I got to algebra, I couldn't fucking do it. I think it had more to do with that African teacher I had, which ain't nothing wrong with being African. But, you know, if you're going to be teaching goddamn algebra and shit like that, motherfuckers need to know what the fuck you saying. You can't be in there like that. I don't know what the fuck you saying. I can't understand what you saying. And then we got all these Hispanic people in here who got accents of their own. Gotta try to... You know, because, you know, the Houston Community College that I went to is like, it's right over there where all the Mexicans at. So, you know, you go in there, everybody you talk to got varying Hispanic accents. Not really heavy because there's a bunch of young folks, but still, it's like, you know, then they like, and there was one of them motherfuckers that was like, I can't understand what the fuck you saying. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all doing? Why are y'all scooting around the goddamn house? Y'all lucky I ain't trying to sleep right now. The cat's just hyper as fuck right now. I ain't got no more teeth. Anyway, that's it for me. If I can do it with my bad brain, you can also do it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a halfway decent functioning brain, go online, look up what you need to look up. You know what I'm saying? Get the free information. And stay away from these fucking people peddling shit. You know what I'm saying? If people got shit to offer, that's fine. But people that peddle stuff, I'd rather pay for somebody that's not trying to put it in my goddamn face. Wait a minute, you know what? I'm not even going there.